Hello, Kevin the Couch Potato here. Today, we're going to be building, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from the summer 2023 series. Alright, let's hope. Alright, let's get the camera focused on the table. And let's start getting building. I hope that everyone's day today has been good so far. If you're just all coming back from work, doing good work today. You know, actually, interesting story about this. I've had this box in my closet for 2 years. I guess I've been hesitant about opening the box because, well, when I was a kid, I wasn't very careful with my Legos, but I'm an adult now. I'm confident I can be more careful with the toys now. I do remember getting this from Target. That was a pretty fun day because that Target had a food court. And so, you know, what else to make the end of a shopping trip a great day? Food court visit. Yeah, I had like popcorn, the hot dogs. I had a Starbucks too, but I wasn't really eating coffee at the moment. And then I had like those machines with the slushies. Pretty cool. I think that Target's still around. So yeah, here's the box, and well, pretty easy to open. All right, let me put this aside. Just threw it on my bed there. No, wow. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is going to be the first Lego that I have built in a very long time. Not that I'm not confident. I am very much more than so. Alright, so we should start with bag number 1. This is bag number 1. I would have to say between this version of the Jedi Starfighter and the one that shows up in Revenge of the Sith, I think I like this Jedi Starfighter more. But you know, I always thought that well, I think in Star Wars lore, the V-Wing was a prototype of the TIE Fighter, but I've always felt like the second Jedi Starfighter looked more like a TIE Fighter, you know, which is ironic because, you know. Alright. Okay, let's start with this. It's a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, alright, good. Had to see if it had the right amount of, you know, spots. Alright, let's see. You know, I also remember from that trip, like getting new clothes, which is, you know, very important. And speaking of that, you know, interesting enough, well, since I've been cutting back on like soda and other stuff lately, and like, you know, being more active, you know, going outside and whatnot, I've managed to slip myself into some old clothes from high school. So, you know, so, yeah, it was really cool. Because there have been some shirts that I've been wanting to see myself wear again. Mostly like heavy metal band t-shirts. I remember a few years ago, it was like oh hey, I found this shirt that I really liked wearing, couldn't fit into it. Um, Rather than, lose weight to fit back into them, I just bought a new one instead. But you know, more money. But now I'm glad I can say that I can fit into the clothes I wanted to wear again. I don't mind the noise. It's just my parents doing some work in the garage. I remember as a kid, like, I would, like, shy away from, like, the bigger sets because, in my head, I was like, oh gosh, it's gonna take forever. And, I would just want things done right away. But, as of right now, as I'm building this, I'm just finding it very therapeutic. So I'm sure that if I were to start on a bigger set, I'd say, bring it on. Okay. Let's see. Another large piece. Along with one of these. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna be honest, and I think the fact that it was my first Star Wars film had to do a lot with it. Honestly, hey, don't attack me for this, but Attack of the Clones is my favorite Star Wars movie. Mainly because, I think the clones are like the coolest thing about Star Wars, and that's where, they first show up. And you know what? I have no shame in admitting that. And that's okay, Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. And I'm okay with that if you have a different opinion. Because, that's what makes things great. Being different, Okay. Wow. It has been a long time since I built any Lego. And I'm impressed with how fast I'm working on this. Well, I guess that has to do. It's not a very complex set, it seems. Not to sound arrogant, of course. I'm sure many would agree. I do remember having the original version of the Obi-Wan Starfighter, the episode 2 one, from like around the time Attack of the Clones came out. But as you remember I mentioned earlier, as a kid I was not very careful with my Legos, which, I'm not going to blame my past self for, But I am confident in saying that I am now willing to be more careful with my stuff now, and that's okay. We learn from our mistakes to do better. The important thing is never to give up. No matter how many times, always keep going. Alright. Oh boy. Okay, so. Okay. I remember there's like a tool you could use to pry bricks off each other, which was very useful because I remember sometimes like bricks would get stuck, and if your fingernails aren't grown out, well, if you had long fingernails, you could pry them apart that way. But in case of that they weren't, it was very useful to use that. I would say if there was one set that I wish I got my hands on, was probably the ATTE from the original Attack of the Clones line. Granted, I did get my hands on the Clone Wars version from 2008. I think that was an improvement too. But you know what I mean? Would have been nice to have my hands on the original version. What is this? Oh no, I get it now. Okay. And would have been nice. Definitely would have been nice to have the original Lego Clone Troopers. I really liked the helmet molds because they how do I say it? I guess they were molded like more close to like the physical look, if that makes sense. But I think the clone minifigures from the Clone Wars lines, those were just as amazing. The Phase 1 helmets were definitely modeled more after the cartoonish look. But you know what? And I really loved those lines of sets. And when the battle packs came out, I remember like collecting so many. I wanted I wanted as many clones as possible. I think definitely when it comes between the Phase 2 and the Phase 1, I think Phase 1 Clone Troopers are definitely my favorite in terms of design. But I think Phase 2 Clone Troopers look better with like armor customization. I do know that I think it was intended that the design of the helmets for the Phase 1 was to like look close to Mandalorians. If you look at the visors. And then obviously, as you can see, by the time of episode 3, the mold of the clone helmets looked more close to stormtroopers. Which, obviously, as you can guess, that was definitely intended. I do remember the first time I saw that as a kid, I was like, whoa, the clones look so close to stormtroopers. At the time, I had not fully connected the dots between what that was. So, when I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters, I was traumatized. I was traumatized by Anakin's betrayal and all that. Oh my gosh! And then the clones turning on the Jedi, man. Order 66. That really messed me up. But you know what? It just means that when Luke Skywalker and the heroes of the original trilogy come around, that hope really was reborn. We don't talk about the sequels, though. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. Let me just. All right, look at this. Making good progress. Alright, let's use another long piece. I think. By the way, I can't be the only one that thought that this Starfighter looks like a Dorito, right? Understandably so, right? Because, you know, the triangle shape. But I think that's why I like it. I like Doritos. I find it interesting that when this came out, that they didn't make a re-release of the Django Fett version of the Slave one. I know that this summer that they did, but I'm just saying, I think it would have been more fitting if they had released it together in that summer 2 years ago. Though I do got to tell you, I am glad that I'm finally getting around to building this. I am not afraid anymore of breaking my Legos, because I know I will be more careful. I do have it up on the upper shelf of my desk here. Is the Republic gunship from 2008. Now, that I guard with my life. I've actually had that since 2008. So I would have been 11? I think, yeah, I would have been 11. So it's been with me for a very long time. Alright, looks like we're gonna start using the stickers here. Wait. Looking pretty good so far. I'm not going to lie. I will admit, originally, like when I first got into Lego, like I mainly wanted just the minifigures, but as more sets came out, like that got my interest. You know, like the ATTE, the Republic gunship. That made me more interested in building the actual sets. So I would say that, you know, doing a video like this is also giving me motivation to build the sets that I have not gotten around to building. Let's see. Now, you see this right here? Yeah, this. Since I always felt like if you didn't have long fingernails or you didn't have a brick separator, I feel like these were like always the toughest to like pry apart. You know, because as you can see, there's like no stud on the top. Like, yeah, like no traction on the top. Like I if you can relate, please let me know. I just hope it's not a skill issue on my end. Probably not. I'm pretty sure other people have struggled with this type of piece before. I'm going to be honest with you. I panicked a little bit because I was looking for this piece, and because I need two of these, right? As you can see right here. Yeah. So I was only seeing just one, and I was like, oh no, where did it go? Note to self: when late. Well, that would take a long time. I was about to say, next time I build another set, when I open the bag, just organize the pieces. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna take too much time. Maybe not as much as I would think, but you know, I want to move things along. Know what I'm saying? Let's see. How does that even work? No, wait, hold up. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Wait, I was, oh my gosh, I was trying to put the wrong side on this. I think we're good. Oh. Alright, so I was a little confused on this page because I needed this piece here. But I was using this piece. To my defense, I was mainly looking at this side of the piece. But now I got the right one. See? Right there. All right. All right. Looks like we're getting some work done. I'm going to be honest. I feel like the CIS, the Droid Army, they've always had the coolest vehicles. Like, well, by vehicles, most of them were sentient droids, but larger in the shape of vehicles. Okay, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm not going to be like, okay. I'm not being actually. You know what I mean? Anyways, CIS, the Droid Army, I felt like they had the coolest vehicles, especially for LEGO sets. I am still thankful that I still have my AAT. It is the Clone Wars version, so it's a blue AAT. I know I have 2 boxes of the Spider Walker somewhere in my closet, because I brought that over from my old house into this house that I'm currently living in. I would need to dig for it, but yeah, but there is one that because as I said, when I was a kid, I did not do a good job of being careful with my Legos. One that I wish I still had intact was the Hailfire droid. Now I could look on eBay for a for a new box, but that would cost me hundreds of dollars. What the heck? What the heck? But I think I'll wait for a re-release. I will wait for as long as it takes. I will say that I am also really grateful. I still have my army of clone minifigures and droids as well. Hopefully one of these days I can maybe get a big table with a lot of space and reenact battles between them. Oh wait, hold on. That's oh boy. Okay. Oh, whoops. Put a piece on here on accident. Oh no. This is where a brick separator would come in handy. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, I got it. There we go. Thankfully, that did not take as long as I thought it would. Note to self, buy a brick separator. Or, just rely on these. Just rely on these. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Now we're gonna have to build. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to build another one of these, but for the other side. Iced coffee, mocha, iced mocha coffee. I got those coffee pods from the McDonald's and from the grocery store. So delicious, and keeps me sharp and focused and awake. Wow. Not that I think that this is hard, of course. But I always welcome a good challenge. Had another mild panic because I was looking for this. Hold on. Yeah, I was looking for this piece. And it was hidden under the stickers. I would like to get my hands on it one of these days. Oh, but it's going to cost me. I would like the Lego of Anakin Starfighter from the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon series. I really liked the work of blue and white as the main color scheme for that. Which, funny story, when the 2008 Clone Wars cartoon became a thing, I do remember Asajj Ventress, I remember Asajj Ventress dying to Anakin in the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon. So when I saw Asajj Ventress come back in 2008 Clone Wars, I was like, What are you doing? I thought you were dead! I think if I remember correctly, I think the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon got completely retconned. So then the 2008 Clone Wars cartoon was the new canon. There is one part from the original Clone Wars cartoon that I hope is still canon, which is the Battle of Coruscant that we saw, where we saw Grievous fighting all those Jedi to kidnap Palpatine. That was a really epic fight. Plus, we got to see Windu. Can I say one shot in Grievous? I mean, like he just he reached his hand out and force crushed his lungs. That was really Windu force crushed Grievous's lungs. That was really cool. I just think it's so cool that Mace is just so badass that Grievous was like, I don't want this smoke. Need that coffee to stay focused. Which, I do have a funny story. Of course, another one from my childhood. Samuel Jackson, the only role I nearly knew him for was Mace Windu from Star Wars. So, when my dad rented Snakes on a Plane, and I saw Samuel Jackson on there, I was like, it's Mace Windu! Then I saw him started cussing up a storm, and I was like, oh my gosh! I was traumatized. Later, as I got older, I just learned that was the norm of Samuel L. Jackson's roles. I think he might have said a few bad words as Nick Fury, but nothing. But maybe not as much as compared to those other roles, I think. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I think I did. Oh, I guess I need another. Oh boy. Huh. Because apparently I need. Oh wait, I think I already did that. Never mind. Did I? Huh. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. We're gonna. All right. Yeah, I'm just looking for another gray square of these, but I think I already put it on here. Let's hope that I already put it on there. Would not want to start all over. I got this though. I got this. I'm locking in hard. Okay. Ew. Oh boy. I was not paying attention because see what happened is like you see these bricks with the holes. I had them all misaligned. I guess I was just too much more focused on stacking the bricks than aligning them. All good though. It is important to adapt. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. Almost lost that. That would have been no bueno. Yeah, there's nothing more stressful than, like, let's say if it's a piece says, hold on. Make sure my big fingers don't cover it entirely. Oh boy. If it's like a really small piece like this, yeah, there we go. Nothing more stressful than something like that falling off the table. You'll have to look for it. God forbid that, you know, you build in a place with dark lighting. We'll be looking for that small piece for forever. Huh. Oh, wow. I can't believe I didn't do this first, but I didn't build the Obi-Wan minifigure. Let's go with the side of the face where he has the headpiece. But yeah, you know what's funny is that I remember like my first time watching like all the prequel Star Wars movies. My favorite character was always more Obi-Wan than Anakin. So like I always just assumed that Obi-Wan was actually the main character. But I guess, you know, in a sense that makes sense. You know, if there's a character that you just like really like, that's where all your attention is. They're the main character to you. Let's see. Ready to defend himself. Alright. Well, looks like we got some extra pieces. Which, by the way, you know, my mom, she would always ask me, like, why is there extra pieces? And I would tell her that the boxes actually do give you extra pieces, you know, as spares. And she wouldn't believe me. But, as I got older, there's a video that came out that confirmed that the boxes indeed do give you extra pieces. So, validation. I love you, Mom. I just, you know, it just feels good to know that I know that I wasn't crazy, is all. But yeah. I'm gonna put these in the box. Probably throw out the plastic, though. Or maybe I could put, like, the extra pieces in a bag. Oh. This is not an extra piece. I just forgot to put it on. All right, there we go. That looks about more right now. Okay. We are moving on to bag number 2. I'm gonna put this piece up here. Let me throw this away. And it looks like the first thing we're going to be building is the Kaminoan Tonway. There we go. Tonway, whose name I remember from seeing show up so many times on the loading screens of Republic Commando. Really really great game, by the way. I really do like playing from the perspective of the soldiers in Star Wars. Alright. Oh wow, that's so funny. When I poured the pieces out of the bag, and these two pieces were right on top of each other. What are the chances of that, huh? It is crazy to think that all these pieces were sitting in here and were sitting in the box for 2 years. It does feel good to act on something that you've been wanting to for a long time. If you are ever scared of taking a chance at something that you want to do, I think that just means that I just think that means that, you know, that is something you really want to do, and you shouldn't be afraid to, and you should go ahead and take that chance, which is what I'm doing right now. I was worried for a very long time that I was going to break this if I took it out of the box, but you know what? You know, I have learned from my mistakes, from all the prior sets that I've let be destroyed, which, you know, like I said, to be fair, in my defense, you know, I was younger and didn't know yet the value of taking care of things. So, you know, I am more confident in my ability to take care of my stuff now. There we go. I was looking for this spot for this. Yeah, for this speed. I was looking for this piece, but it was camouflaged underneath all the smaller pieces. There we go. Oh no, wait, hold on. I snapped it on the wrong side. There we go. Oh boy. I need to pay attention to more when how many of like these studs right here a piece has on the instruction manual, because I was trying to I was trying I was trying to fit this onto here, but that wasn't working. So I need to find there we go. I needed to find this, but with like 4 studs. There we go. All good now. I always liked when like there's like bricks with like details like this already printed on them. See that clearly? Yeah, there we go. It's like a control panel. I remember this one set like that I won. I think it was, I might have been like 6 or 7. Between 6 and 8. There's one set that I won from Chuck E. Cheese. It was a movie set. It was a Lego movie set. And they had one, and one of the bricks had like a detail already printed on them. It was a piece of dynamite. Yeah. It's always nice. It's always cool when they have like details like that. I think the dynamite was about like the size. The dynamite piece was about the size of this right here. Yeah. Okay, let's see. More stickers now. I'm going to put them on here. Yeah, something I used to do a long time ago on YouTube. Well, I'm not in possession of the channel anymore because it was a very old account, and I guess this was like before Google, took over things. Yeah, before Google took over things, so I don't have access to that account anymore because I don't remember the password. Yeah, but something I used to do on that old channel was I did stop motions. It was mainly Bionicle, very fun to do. Stop motion definitely requires a lot of patience when making them, because each frame of movement is you moving the like the figure like slowly, so taking a lot of pictures, so then that when you put them all together it moves smoothly. All right, I got the stickers on now. Let's see. Sorry for the sudden pauses. Just getting myself some coffee. It is nice to make your own coffee from home, so I'm not in a hurry to stop by somewhere else to get it. If I know I'm in a hurry, I should like take care of things from home as much as possible. Alright, I think that's probably best. Oh, I see now. And I guess it is true, as they say, once you get older, coffee starts becoming your best friend. Okay, looks like I need to do. Oh, I obviously need to put build this on both sides, so that's what I'm gonna do before I move on. Interesting. All right, well, moving on. I guess. Wait, hold on. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. Got the sticker for the wrong side, so I'm going to fix that. Oh goodness. Oh good gosh. Oy. Oh, maybe I should take off this red piece first before I put on the sticker. There we go. There we go. Applied perfectly. I'm confident. I'm pretty confident that was perfect. Okay. Also, oh my gosh, I finally found the piece that I was looking for to do on the other side of this. I was looking for this. I was looking for this. Really? Okay. Don't mind that noise if you hear it. I think it's just a truck doing truck stuff. I don't know what that means, but it means something. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I meant this piece. I meant this piece. Oh, boy. Huh. Okay, you know what? I cannot find another 3 piece of this of the red one to put on this side. So maybe I might be jumping the gun here. All right, let's focus on this part instead. Okay, I think I know what's going on now, because I need this. I need this part for this. So if so I need this piece for this. So I think I know what's going on. So if my assumption is correct, probably the other one of this right here is gonna be in the other bag. Okay. Air conditioning just turned on. Thank goodness. It's not on its most powerful setting right now. You know, we want to conserve for the electric bill as much as possible, but it is better than nothing. Smells like my mom is cooking some chicken. I'm definitely gonna treat myself to lunch after this. Alright. Looks like we're gonna be building one of the wings. Right, as shown right here. Alright, let's do these. Don't know how it ended up on here, but there was a dog hair on this. I do have a dog, so my theory is maybe a speck of my dog's hair flew in through the vent and then exited out here and landed on here. Okay, maybe, I don't know if that's possible, but it is a theory. I hope it's just not my hair and that it's turning gray. I'm only turning 28 this year, so. Can't think of anything that's been stressing me out. I hope. Now, this is a piece I have not been familiar with, so the instructions was saying that I had to apply it this way. Yeah, right here. This way, like, yeah. Like diagonally, kind of. So that had me stumped for a while, but I did it. Good to overcome new challenges. Yeah, we're getting this done. I am very much in the zone right now. You know, when you're just on a roll, connecting brick after brick. That's where I am right now. Good gosh. That is a... You know, just when I thought that, you know, that this was enough to build the wing, there's a... yeah, there's like... Look at that right there. Yeah, there's like more stuff to add on top. Good gosh. I can do this, though. Ain't the hardest thing ever. I'm just getting back into it. That is all what's going on here. Okay. Let's see. I think the most confusing part right now about this part is the stickers. Because like I'm looking for like how you see this right here? Like oh, sorry about that. Like some of the details they have to align on a certain side. Of course I could just, not care about that, but I want to put some effort into this. I cannot believe that I was trying to figure out for a minute straight how to put this on to here when the instructions clearly said align it like this way. Yeah, this way. But that just says that, if you are stumped on something, don't give up at first try. Just keep trying to figure it out. Oh, wait, hold on. The stickers. Okay, let's see. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. I was a little intimidated at first by this section, but you know what? I got this. Okay, no, I think I already got that. You know what? I thought that it wasn't pressed all the way in, so I was like pressing it. I was pressing it against the table, but I think it's already in there good enough. Alright. Getting the hang of this set. You see this right here? It's like hold on. Yeah, you see this right here? Yeah, this piece right here. It's like yeah. I mean, I remember mainly using this. I remember mainly using these pieces for Bionicles. Oh, whoops! I think I might have pushed this in, maybe a little too far. Oh, whoops. I don't know if you heard a funny sound, but that was my dad. He likes to goof around like that. If you heard something. All right. Hold on. Okay. All right. I am very unfamiliar with this piece, so I'm gonna do my best to figure out how to put it in here. I mean, the instruction tells me how to do it, but wow. Lego has changed quite a bit. Oh wait, I got it. Never mind. I got it. Hmm. Hmm. All right, looks like oh goodness, oh good. Hold on. Remember when I was talking about like one of the most scariest things is like when a small piece falls down off the table. Yeah, that just happened right now, but thankfully I was able to stop it from falling in. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't believe I forgot this part. That's crazy. All right. Let's see. We are moving on to bag number 3. Time to lock in and finish this. But first, maybe there we go. Let's put the extra pieces in the box. During the process, I don't know if you saw, but the Obi-Wan and Tanway figures, they fell down. I guess my building was too fire. Alright. So it seems like maybe bag number 3 is just going to be like the same instructions as bag number 2, but for the opposite side. So I'm going to be locking in so I can get this done. And treat myself to some lunch after, because oh my gosh, I am hungry. But hey, that just means when I'm eating lunch, I feel like I will have earned it, because yeah. Alright, let's see what's, yeah, it looks like I was right about, like, something about bag 2, where, like, I didn't see, like, a second version, like a second piece of the same piece, because I was thinking, oh, that's probably for bag number 3, because it's for the other side. Alright. Let's probably build the R4 droid first. Red is my favorite. Red is one of my more favorite colors, so I always liked R4. Of course, R2 is the GOAT. You can't deny that. I'm just, saying in terms of design. It is interesting how people are able to understand astromech droids. I mean, I'm sure there's like a whole lore reason, like, obviously, as you would guess. But yeah, it's interesting how, in universe, people are able to study droid language and understand like droids who don't speak human languages. Okay, time to lock in. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna start with this piece right here. Yeah. Okay. So for the most part, it's just the same instructions as bag number 2, but on the opposite side. So no reason to stall on this. That's interesting. Ah, found it. I panicked I was panicking inside a little bit again because I was trying to find this piece. But it was just hidden under other pieces. Sticker time again. Now, yeah, I was trying to use this on the other side for bag 2, but this time it's right. Apologies if you hear my parents. They're not arguing. They just talk loud when... Oh, they don't talk loud. It's a small house. Okay, maybe my dad does talk a little loud, but I mean, that's okay. I know he's not yelling. That's the important thing. Wait, did I? Yeah. I'm putting the right piece on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me that. No. Okay. We're good on this part here. But let's see. Huh. There we go. No. Okay, that's weird. Looking for a, huh. Interesting. There we go. It says I need to put this piece, but I can't find it on here. I know it. I need to be more observational of my surroundings. Or, I mean, to be fair, it was a small piece, so, you know. Yeah. Understandable if I couldn't see it in the first place right away. But I did panic for a little bit. Don't know what I would have done if I wasn't able to find it. If it had actually fallen off the table and it disappeared. That would have been no bueno. I would not have canceled the video though. I would just been like, fudge it, we ball. Find some way to make it work. That is an important lesson to take. You know, don't give up right away when you come across obstacles. Adapt. Go fudge it, we ball. And, you know, find a way to make it work. That's what I was going to do. I don't know how I would have been able to make it work, but I was going to make it work. Because I will be danged if I had to cancel this video. Because I'm like, what, already an hour, almost an hour and a half in. Yeah, that would have, oof. Alright, sticker time again. You know, I don't know why, but for some reason, like, it's kind of making me think of a race, like a futuristic race car. Which, I mean, it might, to be fair, pod racing is a thing. You know, speaking of that, I think I've always liked Sebulba's pod racer the most. I don't know, I just really like the look of the color orange and how it's like, you know, shaped in an X, basically. Okay. I wonder what happened with Sebulba after Phantom Menace. I'm sure his life was still pretty much the same after. Alright. Okay. Working with smaller pieces now. I gotta be attentive. Okay, looks like we're working on the cockpit now. Yeah, this. Yeah. More sticker work? Alright. This one will be interesting since it's kind of like this piece is like a slope of sorts. But doesn't mean it'll be hard. Oh boy. That is not aligned. Okay. You know what? This works. Because like before, like this sticker was like way off to the side. But you know what? This works. I remember the original Obi-Wan Starfighter from when Attack of the Clones was out. The Lego set, like this section right here is more flat, but I think how it was formed here works just as well, because I think if I do recall, Obi-Wan Starfighter, like this section was like a little bulbous right here on the middle. Yeah. Okay, looks like we're going to be building the wing for this side now. Let's lock in. Wait, hold on. That's not the right amount of studs. There we go. Yeah. You ever listen to like imaginary music in your head when you don't have like music playing to like hype you up? Because that's what's going on right now. It's a 5-Finger Death Punch playing in my head right now. Which is for why I'm dancing instead of headbanging, listening to heavy metal music in my head. Well, to be fair, Wikipedia has Five Finger Death Punch labeled as groove metal as one of its subgenres. And when I hear groove, I just hear people dancing. All right, let's see. Okay, this is, we're gonna, yeah, okay. 6 pieces. Oh, how does that work? Okay. I'm on a roll with this. All right. Almost panicked again, looking for this piece. I did tell myself I'm working with smaller pieces now, so I need to be more attentive. Gotta keep that up. All these triangular pieces are making me want Doritos after this. Ah, got a little confused there. I thought it's set to use this, but it's, hold on. But it was already right. It was this piece right here. I have to, dang, what is it? Yeah, use this one right here. It was like a, okay, obviously these are called bricks, but this looks like a brick, if you know what I mean. Probably because you know the color. Another one of this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, another one of this, but right, like a right here. Now for the stickers. Oh boy. I don't think the stickers are bad. No, of course not. I'm not. I think the challenging part for me for the stickers is trying to align them. Because, oh my gosh, I got really big. I got big fingers. My fingers are so big. Like, literally, when I am texting on my phone, I will autocorrect. I would, like, misspell, like, a lot of words. I need autocorrect to fix for me. Because my fingers are, like, so freaking big, and, like, this keyboard is so small. I suppose I could opt for a bigger smartphone. But, I mean, I don't really want to carry that in my pocket. I just have to work with it, you know? And that's fine. That's fine. It just means that you are adaptive. Oh my gosh, look at that. You know what? It's fine. I think it looks good enough, and that is important. If you think so too, all the more better. At the end of the day, the main objective is putting the bricks together. Nothing is truly perfect, and that's okay. Ah, I see now. This is for R4's head. As you can see, it spins. Although I will feel bad if I have to take his head off and put it on here. Jeez, why did I get so morbid with that? Ugh! Okay. Well, I guess technically we do have a form of like astromech droids guiding for us with GPS. But you know how cool it'd be if you had like R2 with you on a road trip. Like, R2, where's the nearest gas station? I need a Slurpee. Wait, no, that's 7-Eleven. Well, I mean, they sell ICs anyways. Yeah, that's what I got confused with. You know what I mean? Yeah, this piece right here, this like cylinder piece, this is another piece. Yeah, this cylinder piece right here that you see, this is, oh gosh, is the camera not blurring it? Okay, if it's not blurry, I hope that you are able to see it. This is a piece that I remember working with a lot of, I remember using a lot when working with Bionicle back in the day. It's like reuniting with an old friend of sorts. We are locking in. We're almost done with this. I'm confident in that. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ah! It happened again! A small piece fell off! Oh good gosh! Oh no! And I think it was an important piece too! Oh no! Oh, not again! Oh, this is not good. Okay, you know what? We'll deal with that when we get to it. Anyways, let's hope that was not a piece that I really needed. Oh gosh. Ah, there we go. Ha! I found it. Found it. I'm glad I did, because I think this is going to be used for the cannon. Okay. Yeah, I was right. That piece that fell down, it is going to be used for the cannon. Okay. Good thing I was able to retrieve it. How I was able to find such a small piece under my desk. Well, there was the light coming from my window, and I guess some of it reached down under my desk, and you see how that reflection is glaring off the Lego piece. Yeah, it was doing that, so that's where I was able to spot it. All right, let's build this. Let's build this cannon. Oh, looks like there's more to go. I think this is just for like the back. I think it's just to put on the bottom, so when you set it down, it's better balanced. Okay. Of course, the landing gear. So, building like when the Starfighter lands, there's like a leg that comes out, basically. Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. This is what I mean. Okay, so it looks like... Yeah, it looks like what's... all that's left is like building like some satellite dish. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really... Yeah, I think this is good enough as is. You know what? Hold on. I'm not gonna say it like that, because that means I'm not satisfied with it. Let me reword that. I am satisfied. This is complete. This is where I wanted to go. But let's build that satellite just to be safe. But I'm just gonna like leave it as is. I think the Starfighter looks better like this. Well, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, R4. Oh god, I'm so sorry, my guy. There we go. I think the Starfighter looks great like this. Now, not to put Obi-Wan in the cockpit. However, my favorite look for Obi-Wan was the Clone Wars show version, which I have right here. So we're going to put him there. There we go. Yeah, you see that? Obi-Wan with the clone armor looks so freaking clean. So we will pretend it is still phase 1 of the Clone War. Clone Wars? Clone Wars. I think in universe it was still called the Clone War. I think it was called the Clone War. Oh my god! I'm brain farting right now. Whatever. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, time to touch this down. Yeah, you know, this was really fun. Hold on, let me... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah, you know, this was really fun to do. I've always wanted to get around to like building some of these Legos that I've had in my closet for a long time. I can say with satisfaction, I'm glad I finally got around to building Obi-Wan Starfighter, because, you know, I've had this in my closet since, you know, the summer of 2023. You know, I promise from here on, I promise from here on to be more careful with my stuff. All right. There we go. Thank you for keeping me company. Or if I kept you company as this was built. I feel triumphant. I am going to go treat myself to some lunch right now. And I hope that you have a good rest of your day or evening. Thank you for watching.